I'm sure you know those meetings where everyone just agrees and the whole project is great and everyone goes, yeah, sure, let's do this. But at the end of the meeting, actually, nobody really knows what to do and the whole idea is kind of blurry. This is exactly what we want to avoid here. We don't want to waste anyone's time and we want to get to action as quick as possible. So in this step, what we want to do is together along with the entire implementation team, think about different types of systems and different tools that you might use. In most cases, the whole team except you will have no idea which system will be the best. This is why you need to come prepared and you need to do your homework. So during the meeting, you should have a very strong opinion which system is the best and have lots of arguments why this one is the best. So let's start with the first slide. So in this step, you need to choose the type of the system that you'll be looking for. So as you remember from our previous tutorials, there are three types of those systems: small apps, out-of-the-box marketing automation, and corporate systems. I'm sure you're familiar with all that, so just a quick recap. Small apps are like MailChimp or Pipedrive. Out-of-the-box marketing automation, for example, Autopilot or UserEngage, and corporate systems, so Adobe, Salesforce, HubSpot, whatever, you name it. So on this step, you should have a small discussion about the pros and cons of each type of the system and generally have a very strong opinion and make a decision on which type you should focus on down the road. Depending on what you've chosen in the previous step, this step might be relevant to you or not, because if you choose the basic tools, then it's impossible to create a template for this decision because it will be a different template depending on what kind of small tool do you need. Because if you need a mailing tool, you'll have like 20 different options in the mailing industry. If you get with live chat, you'll have 20 different tools for live chat. So it's impossible to create a template. It's similar with the corporate systems. It's hard to compare them really because you could say they have all the features, and there are very small details and differences between them. So it usually depends on the agency you work with, which tool you will use. So comparing those kind of corporate style systems is impossible on a small chart like that. So this is why I also didn't include this. What I did include, however, is a comparison chart for those out-of-the-box marketing automation systems. So as you can see, you have different systems here: UserEngage, Autopilot, ActiveCampaign, Intercom, GetResponse, and Infusionsoft. I left space for your own tools of choice. I didn't fill out this table because I didn't want to make a mistake, because the features are changing very fast in this industry. So if I said that, for example, ActiveCampaign didn't have some feature and next month they introduced it, the whole tutorial would be fake, and I really would like to avoid that. In this step, we have all the same automation systems but have different columns. So here we have chat, mailing, forms, meaning pop-up forms, SMS, knowledge base. Knowledge base is usually just a system to create documentation of your product or service. Push notifications, meaning web push notifications, because you could also have mobile push notifications. And call center. I did not include mobile SDK here, but if that's your case, you should totally add it. One last thing: instead of checkboxes, you could change the format of those slides into how well designed is a certain feature inside a given system. So for example, if UserEngage has a great chat, it might have like 8 or 9 out of 10, or it might have like really bad forms and then have 2 out of 10. So that would give more context to the decision makers, but on the other hand, it would make the decision process a little bit more complex. So it's up to you. You have to decide which one would be better during the meeting. The last step here is just space for you to include your own columns and ideas. So I think it's fairly easy. It doesn't need too much explanation.